All right, so with this, as you see, you probably say, look, he's going into real detail with this. That bolt should have been painted red. I mean, these should have been painted blue. I might take them out later and do them all right, but this here, to get this in here, if you push this all, the yoke, you know, the cap all the way up to here, you won't be able to get the bolts in. So you got to pull this back to get these bolts in here started. Then you can screw this up and screw this into there. But as you see, it's dirty up under here because the car was sitting outside there for a little bit. And yes, okay. It's probably really detailed here. And like I say, most of the stuff, it'll clean up. It'll clean up. But, okay, so I went red, white, and blue. Because this is the showstopper. So let's see, even if you look at even the shocks, I mean, I'm still going to have to touch some of this up. The control, control arms in the front, the sway bars, traction bar, everything on this car is either painted red, white, and blue. So even the fuel lines, the clips, the bolt, red, white, and blue, everything is done differently. I still gotta weld the holes up in here for this to be Georgia car. This is the only rust that I really found on this car, and by it being a T-top car and by those T-tops leaking, apparently this is where the water sat back here and rotted out. But if you look at the rest of this on the front and the driver floorboard had a little rust on it too. So, but yeah, so I still gotta do the bottom of the pan. I didn't want to do that because I had to, when I put the tranny in, I didn't want to scratch it up. So one day I get it in here, I pull it off, change the filter, the fluid, after I let it run for a while, and then I drop that down. And I will be painting that baby blue too. So, you know, you see there, I still got to fix a few holes up on the front floorboard. But this is a Georgia car. This car is actually in pretty good shape. So, got a lot of cleaning up to do. I got some touching up to do. Especially when I finish the car up. You know, I'm going to have to go over a few things. But overall, she's coming along really, really good. So, you know, that's even like this transmission bracket here. I might pull this back off one day when I drop the pan and I repaint it white. And just touch everything up under here. But yeah, this, just everything is done up under here. The brake lines was painted red. Yes, I put a lot of detail into this. So call me crazy, but this is my baby. This is my showstopper. And like good wine, all good things take time. Okay, so yesterday I was trying to put the drive shaft in here. And apparently, by this being a posi rear end out of a 74 GS, and the rear end that was in here was for a 350 turbo, and the 74 GS had the big block 455 and the 400 tranny. So the problem I had is back here on my universal, it was too much slack in here. And this is the right size that I ordered. But when I took it to the machine shop, they told me that this wouldn't work. They had to put the other one in. Well, I'm not really a speeds guy. I don't know too much about all of this. I mean, I could take something loose and fix it. But, okay, you live and learn. I'm not perfect. And I'm proud to say that. I'm human. So what I figured out, I called a place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin here. And I guess he was telling me to take this out, you know. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. This rear end has been going through already. It's done. I don't want to do that. So I called my friend Buick Bob. He's got me in touch with a guy that he know. And the way it sounds like, hey, if this U-joint is right, all I should have to do is take them this U-joint and he should be able to match it up. Because what the guy was telling me at the drive shaft place, he said, well, I guess the way it sounded to me, I'm not 100% sure, but the way it sounded to me is that he could get me a U-joint, some kind of adapter or U-joint that'll have the big ones here and the small ones, because my drive shaft, extra drive shaft I got for the 350 turbo, these are a little bit smaller. So I'm thinking what he was telling me is that they might be able to get the bigger ones for this rear end, and then it'll have the smaller caps here for my drive shaft. So that's what I'm hoping. I wanted to put this in here and make sure that this is right. Look like it's a slight gap on each side there. If anybody can let me know, does that look like that's right? And even on top, it's a slight gap if I was to put that in there. So I guess, you know, I'm waiting on my friend Buick Bob to get back to me and let me know if that looks right, because he have told so many cars apart. He should know how that look. And if it's right, then I can get my drive shaft off to the place. I don't know how much it's going to cost me. Nothing's ever cheap, but it sounds a lot better than having a new drive shaft made. This is where I'm at with this. Anybody can let me know. Do that look right there? You know, that gap on both sides, but that look like that's on there to me. I mean, it's been so long since I took this loose, and I'm really a paint guy. I'm not really, you know, but I did all of this myself, you know, changing out the rear end. You know, I know how to take stuff apart and put it back together, but when it comes to this little tedious stuff, I'm not a speeds guy. So I need a little help in that department. All right. Thank you. Hey, if you like these videos, please subscribe and, you know, join my YouTube channel, All Things Buick. All right. Thank you guys so much. Buick guys, man, GM guys, man, it's a certain love for these cars. So.